spring, I decided I wanted to make a book for my 9-year-old son for his birthday. He loves his stuffed animals, and he loves soccer. So I decided to make him a book about something we call the Animal World Cup. All the different species would compete against each other. So the centipedes, with their tricky dribbling skills with their many legs, played the owls. We're always trying to get the games played at night. Would turn off the stadium lights. And the finals, the bears, who was rooting for, against the slugs. I decided I had to write national anthems for the animals. So what did I do? I turned to AI. Here's the national anthem that it wrote for the slugs. O sluggard nation, slow and grand, we slide about on moistened land. We're patient creatures, soft and round, but don't mistake our sluggish ways for weakness, dullness, or malaise. That's awesome. And my kid loved it. But it also taught me something really important, which is that AI is the most profound storytelling tool that has been invented in my lifetime. So the way generative AI works is essentially the world's most sophisticated game of Mad Libs. You feed all the text of the internet in, you black out words, and you train the system to predict the next word, to hold in its mind all the other words, and eventually you get a system that can write slug national anthems, but also approximate, in some ways, human thought. And it's going to change the way we make children's books. It's going to change the way we do journalism. So I'm the CEO of The Atlantic. We've been around for 165 years, which means thank you, that was nice. We've been around for 165 years, which means we have been through a lot. This is a moment where we're going to have to evolve. And it's a moment where instead of being afraid of AI, we have to embrace it. Computers were a bicycle for the mind. AI, I feel like, is a motorcycle for the mind. And my view is we have to get on and ride. So there are 3 main principles that we have at The Atlantic for how we think about this. First, deep engagement on the business side. AI is going to change the way competitive publications are built. It is going to change the way the internet is organized. Right now, you go to Google and you type in, what is the meaning of life? You know what you get? An Atlantic story. Thank you, Google. You know what's going to happen soon? You're going to type it in and a bot is just going to start talking to you. The whole way the internet is organized is going to change. So we need to be prepared for that. We need to work with the big AI companies to make sure that we are partnering with them properly and they are using our data properly. So that's principle number 1. Principle number 2, deep experimentation on the side. To really understand this stuff, you have to use it. You have to build things with it. So we're making tools to read our stories in AI voices, which we declare and announce. We're reaching new audiences. We're going to be reaching new audiences by translating our stories into different languages. We're making tools so our product and engineering teams can go through all the customer feedback and see what features people want. We're trying to build a tool to make sure our advertisements are FTC compliant. We're experimenting as much as we can. But while we do that, we keep in mind principle number 3, which is extreme caution at the core. AIs, they hallucinate, they get things wrong. Let's go back to that national anthem. We're patient creatures, soft and round. Now, is a slug soft? It's kind of slimy. And is it round? No, right? That would never have gotten through the Atlantic's fact-checking department. AI can't do what George Packer does. It can't do what Caitlin Dickerson, who was here last year, does. It can't call, it can't report, it can't write with voice. The publishers that have tried to use AI to create content have done so at their peril. So that's why we have those 3 principles. Deep engagement on the business side, deep experimentation on the side, and extreme caution at the core. I hope that's a recipe. I hope it's a recipe for another 165 successful years at The Atlantic.